Mr. Ayoubi, for this opportunity.
Thank you.
You know, a couple of days ago, I took a taxi from airport to my house, which is less than 5 minutes, and it was $25 or 45 guilders. That's a lot. We were thinking about Uber, bringing Uber to Curacao, and we spoke with the minister who didn't really give us an answer. What are your thoughts about that? Because the minister's from your same party.
Yes, I think my personal opinion, I think that Uber, to put it officially, is unavoidable on islands or especially on islands which has to do with tourism. Why? Because of the influx of tourists on your island, you will get the attention to bring Uber to the island, because a lot of tourists also talk about Uber. Why don't we have Uber? Because we hear about that too. But I think for a long time now, there has been, let's say, an unofficial Uber community, to put it like that. People who give the business of picking up people, tourists and locals, bringing them from one place to another, but it's not officially registered on the island.
Isn't that illegal?
It is illegal, but it has to do also with the pricing and the attitude, what I talked about.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. You thought from like 5 minutes, it costs you about 45 guilders. I know tourists on the island because we have had contacts with them here in the city where we are located. There they told us that for a ride of 3 minutes from a hotel to the center of the city, they charge them about between the $50 and $80. And that's about, and you have to put it simply for the world, we use the factor 2, so it's like 100 guilders or 200 guilders. And that is not acceptable. That's why the possibility is created for other kinds of transportation to get a life out of it, out of this. Because I don't see why we as locals couldn't work with taxis to bring us from one point to the other. So the mentality that I get from the taxi, what I think they have is, they try between maybe their first 2 or 3 trips that they have to take out their daily money. So if they want to, let's say they want to make $100 a day, to put it like that, they try to do that in their first 2 or 3 trips that they have. They try to get out the money that they need for that day, and all of what comes is extra. So it also has to do with the situation on the island too. But the taxi world, to put it like that, is not 100% regulated on the island. For an example, the taxis don't have a taxi meter, like a lot of other countries also have on the island. So that's also one of the things that we should regulate, to put it like that. So it is because of the pricing of the local taxis that other persons who think they might get a buck out of it, they do the illegal Uber, to call it like that. So our public transportation isn't also 100% good regulated. So if you don't have your public transportation good regulated, and you don't have your taxi industry also good regulated, I don't know how you're going to regulate the Uber if they come on the island. So it's a couple of issues that we have to think about and that we have to consider, but we cannot run for them, because Uber is going to knock on our doors whether we like it or not, and it's already, like I said, my personal opinion, I think it's already on the island, but it's clandestine, to put it like that.
Because if you see, Airbnb is on the island, it's official, and it's a lot of the big hotels are complaining. So soon we will have to open the doors for Uber.
Exactly. That's why I'm talking about all the influence that you get from the world, because we are a sunny island, a Caribbean island. We get people from all over the world who are using Uber, especially people from the United States and Europe. They are also using Uber, and when they come to Curacao, they're going to ask you, why don't you have Uber or something in that trend? Because we think we pay a lot for a taxi. We don't see why we have to pay, let's say, from the airport to a hotel. It's a trip for about maybe 12 minutes or something like that. You have to pay like $60 or $100. So look, it's ridiculous. But besides that, it gives also an island a very bad reputation. So those are things that we have to consider, and that's why I talk about the attitude of everyone. I know everybody has to make his daily earnings, to put it like that. But you have to think about the face of your island. What kind of opinion do you want people, especially tourists, to have of your island? So that's why that is also said then in the attitude that you bring forward to the tourist.
Thank you.